Alright guys, so Morgan Le Fay's third Scourge event run is now in full effect, so I wanted to come out with a Navigating the Pestilence event video. So what we're going to do is talk about what has changed since the second iteration of this event, how to navigate just the milestones if you already got 7 yellow star, and I'll give a brief breakdown of what Mordo is adding, that's the big one here, and what my recommended teams are, and where else you can get some great resources to help you along the way. So let's go ahead and jump right into this and not waste any time. First things first, I'll say I do have a in-depth breakdown of all of the nodes, step by step, kill order, the most important aspects of each node. We're going to go through 3 of the most important ones in this video as well. But if you are really struggling on a node, I suggest you check that out. It's going to be on a playlist in my YouTube channel, and I'm going to include that YouTube channel in the description below. Well, I guess you're on YouTube. I don't know what I'm talking about. So if you already have a 7 yellow star Morgan Le Fay, and you just want to get your 1.5 million from the milestones, here you go. Difficulty 8, 10 of 10 nodes. The easiest Scourges to do this with is going to be Not So Fast, Whole Lot of Power, Devil's Bargain 2, Weakened, Poisoned Energy, I don't know why it's misspelled. I'm not going to try and say that word. Let's just call that Victory, Dark Rally, and No Help Coming. This is basically, you can't block, giving energy is bad. Using your ultimates gives them energy, which these are very easy things to overcome as far as Scourges go. And the big one is the anti-healing, so 20% reduced healing, but also you get 2 heal blocks at the beginning of every turn that you take. So basically you're just not going to be healed, but you don't really need that in this. You're going to be blowing through the nodes. So this is going to be your easiest way to get 1.5 million. And that's not if you're competing for ranked wars, guys. You're on your own. Kind of. You can use my other videos. So what's new at this time around? Mordo got the Darkhunter tag, which is huge. It's now a 5-person tag. Elsa Deathproof Clear, or does it? And Bionic Avengers for Global. Bionic Avengers are obviously a very big one. So the Mordo effect. The biggest additions Mordo brings to the team is Blinds, a hard stun, heals on death if any character on any side dies, energy on death of Mystic on either side of the field. And just note, his ultimate does not turn me to rewind blinded targets outside of war, nor does it give that 2-turn defense up to the Darkhunters. So that's a little bit unfortunate. And I will say out the gate, Mordo's not worth investing in just for Scourge. But if you're very big into war and you want them to be more consistent against the Red Guardian heroes for higher variant, then I strongly suggest building up your Mordo. So this footage comes compliments of Jumping McSpasm, because I do not have my Mordo built up personally. And he's showing how he is doing a difficulty 8, 206 Scourge run using the full Darkhunter team. Now, note, his team is gigantic, right? We were in the Super Whaley Kraken Alliances, if you will, so his team is at 1.2 or 1.025 million. And just the way he gets through it, basically, he uses the Voodoo ult instead of the Voodoo special to clear the offense down from Proxima, so he just eats that. And then he still has to get through the Ebony Maw. Now, he didn't get the Deathproof cleared before using the Elsa ultimate. I think the Elsa crit from Raider is what killed the Ebony Maw after he dropped that Deathproof. But as you see, he's getting through this very well. I don't see any difference between this and the one I do that has Spider-Man instead of Mordo, except that this gives you the freedom of really ending that node 5, which is the nightmare node, the hardest node for sure. You can end it sloppy. Like you don't have to have Spider-Man alive and well and have his special up. You can just go in with your full Darkhunter team and get it done. So I do like this change, and if I was competing, I would consider using Mordo if I had him built. Again, I don't suggest building him. Look, his Mordo is 7 red star, 181. You can just see his team is gigantic. So he's just finishing this up now, and you see he gets pretty close to dead too. The strategy that we've been using prior to Mordo was you went in with Spider-Man and the 4 Darkhunters, the then 4 Darkhunters, and you basically would kill everybody in the first wave, and you would try and kill Phoenix in the second wave, leaving just 3, maybe 4 characters alive, and you go in with your remaining web warriors to finish it off. That's what we've been doing. You could also one-shot it with Spider-Man instead of Mordo as well. I know I did that today, actually, which was kind of funny. But this is great. You know, if you got him built, why not throw him in there? It's going to help you out. And enough stalling. I'm going to try and fast forward through this, because he's obviously going to get through it. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Again, shout out to Jumping McSpasm for getting us this footage. He takes his little screenshot celebration. So there you can see he was doing a high-level Scourge. So the Elsa effect. Elsa does not clear death proofs outside of War Offense. So node 10 remains unchanged for her. The Bionic Avengers. So the Bionic Avengers will be best used in global nodes 3 and 4. In both hero nodes 1 and 2, they get outpaced by the enemies like Lady Deathstrike, Gamora in node 1. In node 2, it's Captain Sam and all those secret Avengers. They'll just fall apart before they get some turns. But in nodes 3 and 4, they can be very useful, especially if you pair them with a speed manipulator like Emma, Cap Sam, Black Widow, and even Nick Fury. You get them going ahead of time. They're good, maybe not to complete a full node at high Scourge difficulty, but to really, really weaken it. So whatever you come in with after that, you'll be able to prep your cooldowns, take it easy, and just get through the finish line on that node without too much struggle. So what are my preferred teams, you might be asking? So I'll do a quick breakdown of this. I'm going to show examples on nodes 1, 5, and 10. Those are the most important nodes in this Scourge event. And if you are struggling with it, I do suggest you check out node 1. The video for node 1 is the most important video that you're going to find. So speaking of node 1, we're going to go in here. I use the first team that you saw, which is X Factor, Zemo, and Fury. And the whole idea on this team is just to get speed so you go before Lady Deathstrike, get a defense down on her, kill her, do as much damage onto the node as possible without finishing the node. We want to leave 3, maybe 4. No, you really want to leave 2, maybe 3 enemies alive that aren't going to AoE you, that aren't going to do a lot of damage, because after that, we're going to go in with the Web Warrior team that you saw, just to build up our cooldowns for node 5. So you saw that opening went, then we'll switch over to our Web Warriors, and you notice right here, I left too many people up. Shatterstar was alive, obviously that's how we got the defense down, and we're going to take a bunch of damage because of that. So I don't suggest getting your butt whooped to node 1 and carrying all that damage onto node 5. I did do it in this video. My Web Warriors are now super big from the raid, so I felt comfortable doing that. Node 2, we're going to do an Eternals team. We're going to throw in Kestrel and Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger, they can't really be used anywhere else besides this node and node 1, so why not? Kestrel, you don't need Kestrel here. You can also use characters like Silver Surfer, T'Challa. There's a bunch of other characters that you can use here that are going to work better. The main thing you want to do in this node is make sure you leave this node with both of your Eternal ults up. If you leave both ults up, you're going to have a really easy time in the Cosmic section. Nodes 3 and 4, I really like this Unlimited team with Morgan. You can blow through nodes 3 and 4. You don't need a different team for node 4 if you're going to use this on node 3. You're just going to blow through it. And this team is great because they're a Horseman team. We're going to be investing huge into these guys anyway because of Apocalypse. So if you haven't invested in them yet, I do suggest you invest in these teams. They're great for Crucible, great for War, great for Arena, great for everything. So go ahead and jack them up as high as you possibly can. And that's nodes 3 and 4. And node number 5, the Nightmare node. So we're going to use Web Warriors, and placement is very important here. So I like putting Ghost in a corner and Miles beside her. That's going to protect her with stealth. But more importantly, what it does is it puts Miles next to Scarlet Spider, next to Spider-Punk. And that's going to be hunting for offense downs if you're pushing for a lot, or sorry, offense ups if you're pushing for a lot of Scourges. And then Spider-Man in the corner. The reason Spider-Man's in the corner is because he's going to be our character that goes first. We're literally going to reset the node over and over and over again until he gets offense up from dodging T'Challa. As you see here, I think this took him about 20 resets. He gets the offense up. We're going to go over to the Red Guardian, spread all this. Unfortunately, Kitty dodges. You can keep resetting until Kitty doesn't dodge. And right here, you see where Bishop is attacking me. He's hitting my Scarlet Spider. Scarlet could have dodged that, got an offense up. Same with Punk, same with Spider-Man. They didn't. I didn't need it because my team, again, is kind of overvalued for this. But what I would keep doing if I was pushing for Scourges, I'd get the dodge on Spider-Man, put defense down everywhere, and then I would still have to hunt for another dodge from Scarlet Spider, from Spider-Gwen, from Spider-Punk, somebody, so we have another offense up for another one of our big AoEs. Speaking of our big AoEs, you're going to notice in this video, I have Gwen ultimate up, Scarlet Spider ultimate up, and even Punk ultimate up, and that is from the Node 1 burn. We did Node 1 all the way to the very end, so we had 2 or 3 enemies left, and then we sent our Web Warriors in just to use basics to get their ultimates up. As you see here, goodbye to that first wave, and that's goodbye to node 5. Very easy. Luckily, we continue to move on to easier sections. Sections Villain and Cosmic are very easy, especially if you have that fiery boy in the middle, Dormammu. So we go Doom, Morgan, Dormammu, Omega Red, Lady Deathstrike. Look, every single time we do a video like this, people say, I don't have Dormammu. That's fine. You don't need Dormammu. You can go in here. You can throw Agatha at this. You can throw Doctor Strange Heartless at this. You can throw Silver Samurai at this. There's so many great options. You don't need Dormammu. You're probably just going to need to reset a little bit more often. Dormammu just makes it idiot-proof. It really does. So there's lots of options. Don't panic. But Doom, I think, is really good, especially for that Node 7. And then you have Node 8 and 9, the Cosmic nodes. Eternals with Thanos, so Eternals just keep banging out their ults over and over and over again. Everything's just melting. It's dying. It's so easy. Dormammu is a pretty ornament in this one. Kestrel, she's pretty again. Those two, again, you can replace. I mean, keep Kestrel, because if you didn't use her on Node 2, then you might as well use her here. But Dormammu, you can replace with like an Ebony Maw, Adam Warlock, a Silver Surfer, a Heartless. There's lots of great Cosmic options to pick from. It's just the Eternals popping off with Thanos. And if you really want to get fancy with it, you can put Thanos in the corner with just touching Icarus, and Icarus will just ult every turn and erase everything. And then we have a node number 10. And this is the team I used. We showed the one that Jumpy showed with Mordo. I like to use a Spider-Man method instead because I don't have Mordo built. And we do the exact same thing we did with Node 5. We keep resetting. And so right there, Proxima chooses Spider-Man. He dodges it. Now he's got extra speed bar meter. So when he dodges, he gets speed bar. He's going to go before everyone else. I'll target the Colossus. We go from right to left. We get defense down a bunch of people, and you'll notice I get a vulnerable up on the Ebony Maw. Spider-Man's a raider here. We need that vulnerable. Then I have Morbius coming in. Now, Morbius is typically a striker, maybe a skirmisher. You don't want him to be a striker. You don't want him to eat up that vulnerable. I made mine a raider for damage. Come in there, get some extra. And now another thing that can happen here is if your Ghost Rider's too big, mine is too big, and you use special here, you might knock Storm or Cyclops below 50% life, causing Colossus to taunt, and then you lose this attempt. So instead, you're going to see me use the basic. Now, Ghost Rider is a striker, but there's multiple vulnerables up on him. And here's why we wanted the vulnerables. Dr. Voodoo is also a skirmisher. He's going to be calling in 2 targets to mind control, attack the Ebony Maw. Plus, the skirmisher effect goes in, so he gets hit. He's now one shot, and that death proof is cleared, as you can see right there. And now Elsa's going to come in and just pop off. And then we'll erase this first wave. I'm actually going to beat it on this attempt, but you don't need to see all that. What you just want to do is make sure you kill the Phoenix. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun. And like I said earlier, I will put those links to the playlist and all those in-depth node videos in the description and in the comment section, because why not? But as always, stay happy, healthy, have fun. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.